It doesn't take a rocket scientist to understand why your knee hurts.
The knee is a hinge joint. It's supposed to go forward and backward just like this. And so when we walk, when we squat, when we lunge, our knee is supposed to go forward and backward like this. But for many of us, our knee caves inward as we stand up from a chair. As we walk, there's a little bit of rotational pattern. And what does that do? It turns the knee and it grinds that joint down on one or the other side, giving you pain in your meniscus, overstretching the tendons and ligaments, and causing knee pain. So the number one rule, if you want your knees to feel good, is make sure your knees are going the same direction as your toes. If you have knee pain when you squat, let me show you how a paper towel is gonna fix it. One of the most common reasons people have knee pain when they squat or stand up from a chair is because their knees wobble in like this. No matter how much we tell you to push your knees out, they can't seem to fix it. But here's why. Most people think that pushing your knees out means using these big long muscles on the sides of your legs and doing this, but that's not what you need to do. Instead, you need to activate these little tiny muscles in the hip that make your leg go like this and externally rotate. That's where the paper towel comes in. You need a paper towel about this long. Place it down on the floor and then step your feet on top of the paper towel with your toes slightly turned out like this. Next, push your big toe down into the paper towel and then try to rotate your feet outward, tearing the paper towel right down the middle. This hip external rotation and the feeling you got from wiping your feet outward like this with a paper towel is what you need to make sure that your knees stay pushed out as you squat, protecting your knees as you do this movement. Another one is activating the quad. So my favorite way to do that is in a kneeling position like this. And what you're gonna do is you're going to make kind of a 90-degree angle. So this back leg goes like this front leg goes out forward like that. You're gonna push this back toe into the ground as hard as you can, okay? Until you feel the quad firing. Now what you're gonna do is hinge forward through the hips and bring your butt towards your heel. Go as far down as you can without pain. So it doesn't have to be very far at all, it can be tiny. And then extend your hips, come to an upright position by pushing the toe in the ground and by squeezing the glute. So what we're practicing is activating the quad muscle in conjunction with extending the hip through the glute muscle. This is one of my favorite rehabilitation moves for strengthening the knee joint through a full range of motion, because eventually we want to be able to go all the way down and all the way back up without pain. So those two things could be really beneficial for you for creating space in the knee and then really safely creating a lot more strength in the knee's ability to bend all the way and extend all the way. Hey, do you ever stand up from a chair and you go, and you feel really stiff and tight? Well, guess what? I'm gonna show you exactly what to do so that you can stand up from a chair pain-free in those knees, all right? So here's how it starts. First, we are going to warm up the lower legs by bringing our toes to our nose like this, and then pushing the toes in the ground and doing these things called calf rocks. So we're just gonna go back and forth, maybe do 5 or 10 of these things, warm up those lower legs, okay? Now we're gonna follow a simple 4-step system. Remember this, okay? Heels pushed into the ground, hands pushed into the knees. When we push the hands to the knees, we squeeze our core, and then we drive into the heels, and we stand like this, okay? So inhale, come back down one more time. Heels, hands, core, stand.